Happy Women's History Month. What is up, everyone? This is Press X to Start Podcast, Season 6, Episode 8. Press X to Start Podcast is an audio and video podcast seeking to transform the video game media landscape through an underserved and protected point of view. I am your host, DJ, a.k.a. The Forbidden D, a.k.a. Sexy Bad Choices, a.k.a. Do You Know Who J. Ann Lopez is? Anyone?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Jennifer Lopez is.
True. I'm going to say that J. Ann Lopez is more popular than Jennifer Lopez. I'm wrong, but I gotta support. J. Ann Lopez is a blogger who is half Cuban and half Jamaican. Marcus, do the bullet thing. Thank you. Thank you. She is the CEO and founder of Black Girl Gamers. It's an online safe space and platform that heightens the visibility of Black women in gaming and advocates for diversity and inclusion. They're partnered with the likes of PlayStation, Square Enix, EA, Netflix, Twitch, Facebook, and Adidas. If you don't know, Adidas stands for All Day I Dream About Scorpions. No, shoes. All day I dream about shoes. So yeah, check her out. She's pretty cool. I first caught wind of her. It was a few years back where she was nominee for like Trending Gamer in the Game Awards. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Who's this person? And I ended up like looking up her stuff. I follow her on Instagram. Like she's really cool. So yeah. Who else is here?
It's your boy, your heavyweight champion from Wish Niggerville, California, a.k.a. the janitor because we watch niggas, a.k.a. I'm Vengeance, a.k.a. Mr. Scottie Pippen because I'm 33 years old today, or yesterday.
Hey.
Mark Simpson.
They're not going to know. Congratulations. You survived another year. How do you feel?
Washed.
Wow. Okay. All you need is a towel, my boy. That's all you need. Who else is here?
It's your boy Jordan, aka JXBot, aka Night City's best net runner, aka the maidenless one.
Oh, okay.
I have no maidens at all.
No bitches.
I've been told many times.
Apparently, you need a maiden to upgrade and level up. So I'm not sure what that says about the real world.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. And last up.
Hey everyone, I'm Avery.
Nailed it. All right, that is who we are. And the things that we will be talking about today. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong script. Okay, the things that we'll be talking about today is Epic Games acquires a Bandcamp. Don't know what that's about. Star Wars Eclipse has their release date updated. And everyone is feeling feelings. And then we're going to be talking about more Elden Ring because that's the thing that we need to talk about. All right. With that being said, and those are the things that we're going to be talking about, I think it is time for us to jump into the quick hits. Avery, take it away.
Hey everyone, it's me, Avery. I'm going to do this job again. Let's hope I'm funny.
I believe in you, King.
Yeah. Anyway, so our first story is our first series of stories are in the Russia-Ukraine conflict situation and how they involve video games, essentially. So number one, we have from Tom Phillips from Eurogamer, Microsoft suspends all new sales of products in the all sales of products and services in Russia. Now, to clarify, this is Microsoft proper, the corporation, not specifically Xbox, but this trickles down to Xbox content as well. Specifically, they are probably the most prominent in a sort of growing list of video game bodies that are beginning to honor tariffs and sanctions and pick sides in this conflict, especially in the light of in the last week, Ukraine on Twitter went on record asking pretty much Microsoft and Sony to honor these sanctions and suspend business in this area. Microsoft is just the first to make a move in this regard. Alongside them, EA has also made the choice to suspend all transactions and whatnot in the UK, as well as Activision Blizzard and Epic Games. And I believe CDPR has also joined in the we're not going to sell content in the USSR.
Good on them. That's something that needs to happen. Although I think the one thing that we should all be aware of is that, like, it's you want to penalize Russia for what they're doing, right? But then you also have to recognize that the actual people of Russia are being affected, and they don't necessarily support what's going on. Like, I think in the news, we're starting to see, like, people are actually protesting the war and stuff, and that's not something that normally happens in Russia because they're so I don't. There you go. Yeah,
It's a fascist state. It's
well, they're not. They're authoritarian. I mean, well, fascism is a part of authoritarian, but like they're not fat. They are communist. Like
they have been protesting the war since its inception, so it's not like any of this is really changing it. But on that point about it affecting the lives of Russians, let's be honest. This is video games. This is a luxury entertainment brand. No Russian is outside of esports players who can't do their jobs because of these sanctions. No one's lives are being hurt by not being able to buy The Witcher for the 15th time.
I mean, it depends. If you like, if it's like, hey, you buy The Witcher for the 15th time, or you don't get food, like, you know, that kind of.
I mean, take that $40 and buy food.
And I mean, it's, you know, it's the tough reality of wartime. There's not a lot of room for nuance, I guess.
I mean, most people acknowledge most people acknowledge the nuance of these things are going to make lives in Russia harder. But if anything has taught me anything about Russian politics, if you make the lives of Russian people hard enough, they don't blame the people making their lives hard. They will blame the government doing it too, as responsible.
And then they'll throw beers at them.
And that's another problem too, because there's a lot of just misinformation and just controlled media over there that's changing the message to point the fingers at the people who aren't the problem or who aren't causing the problem. So that's just a whole crap. Still, our hearts with Ukraine and their people. Hopefully, they are all okay and they're being safe.
Yeah. Sort of pseudo addendum and a part 2 to this Russia versus Ukraine block of news. World of Tanks Studio fires creative director who voiced support for Russia invasion of Ukraine. Now, unlike the rest of the other stories, which were very much more on the side of let's follow public opinion in this matter, in regards to like business, this is fundamentally like we as a business fundamentally do not agree with what's going on here, so we're making a more moral-based take than more a like, how would I say this?
Like business, right?
Yeah, commercially business take, if that makes sense. So, World of Tanks Studio or Wargaming has fired creative director Sergey I want to say it's Burkatovsky. I'm gonna say Burkatovsky. There we go. I'm gonna say that over his public support of Russian invasion.
Your guess is leagues better than mine. So,
Sergey said in the now deleted Facebook post following Russia's attack that he supports the operation of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, the DPR, Donetsk. I'm gonna say Donetsk's People's Republic, and the LPR, Luhansk People's Republic. Wargaming, a Belarusian company that employs 100 developers in the Ukraine capital Kiev, quickly disavowed the statement, telling Russian gaming site Cybersport RU that the statement is in his personal opinion, which categorically does not coincide with the position of the company. The studio added that it is now focusing on helping the 550 plus Kiev colleagues and their families. So this is as this conflict continues, it's going to be very interesting to see from a video game, well, from just a real world state, how supporting Russia in this matter is going to affect individuals going forward.
Yeah. I mean, again, freedom of speech. I guess no, because they're in America, right?
No, they're Belarus.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna. Never mind. Before Avery talks about Epic Games and them acquiring a camp of sorts. Hey, you. Yes, you driving your car and watching us at the same time. Just stop. Just stop and just watch us, right? And like, if you're doing that, and if you haven't liked this video, like the video. That's all you have to do. Actually, subscribe too. If you haven't subscribed, then definitely subscribe. But if you subscribe, just like the video, and then click on our little press X to start little channel thing, and then go and just like all the other videos that you see. Just everything. Just do it. And once you do that, once you do all that stuff, you're cool. And then you can go back to driving. Cool. Thanks. Take care.
There's a little bit of an echo there for a bit, but I can work around it. I was hearing it.
Okay.
Okay, story number 3 out. We're jumping out of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We'll probably be revisiting it more as we go along, as it continues. But anyway, into acquisition news. This is non-Microsoft or Sony-based acquisition news. Epic Games has acquired the music streaming service Bandcamp. This is from Cass Marshall from Polygon. So, Bandcamp, a music marketplace founded in 2008, is joining Epic Games, according to an announcement released on Wednesday. Bandcamp will keep operating as a standalone marketplace and music community, wrote Ethan Diamond, Bandcamp co-founder and CEO. Diamond will continue to lead the team, which will continue to focus on artist-first revenue model.
Mm-hmm.
In the wake of buying, say, Harmonix and Epic's, this is a weird acquisition in that I can see where it's going, but I couldn't for the life of you tell me what is Epic Games thinking when they made this.
Yep.
Okay, so I actually
odd.
It's an odd thing, but I have a theory about what's happening here. I think this might be a strategic move for whatever they have planned for their quote unquote metaverse. I think this is a good buy in terms of they have Unreal, so they're going to be able to use like developer tools like that, but they don't necessarily have a music or some kind of like audio engineering or audio like software type stuff that they can like really point to. And I think buying Bandcamp might be a way to solve that issue. I don't know if any of this is going to actually eke out to be anything interesting, but I don't know. I think this could have weight if they are still planning on doing some kind of metaverse stuff, because I believe a couple years back they talked about being interested in creating a metaverse. So
I wonder,
I don't know.
Is Bandcamp a music streaming service?
Yes.
Stream. But you can also like edit music with it and stuff, right?
No,
I know it's a music
band.
Yeah, I know it's a music. I know it's a music marketplace.
Yeah, it's a marketplace.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it also has streaming capabilities. That would make the most sense. Like, DJ, I agree with you that this probably is in line with their metaverse to create a sort of like to buffer their actual video production capabilities with actual audio production capabilities. Or it could go in line with their Harmonix buy in regards to bolstering Fortnite's music capabilities. In terms of producing live shows and live content,
right?
Instead of like having to, when you were doing their next big concert in that game, instead of having to spend money on another live act to bolster it, like the Ariana Grande one had like 2 or 3 songs by other production creators before we got to the Ariana Grande part.
Right.
They could easily give a spotlight to. That's never going to happen. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I just it's a weird thing. It's probably more in line with their meta
Metaverse thing.
yeah.
Building out a metaverse. Yeah, I get you.
And then our final story, number 5, I believe, is from Christopher Dring at GameBusiness3.biz. I normally don't like talking about video game sales numbers because I find them kind of irrelevant, especially since we don't have all the data and we're just going off of not actual reported like raw data from like the source, but we're going secondhand from people trying to figure out shit from the back end. But I find this incredibly interesting that Elden Ring is the biggest non-FIFA or Call of Duty launch since Red Dead Redemption 2 from the UK digital charts.
Yeah.
Its sales are 2.5 times that of last week's big new release, PlayStation's Horizon Forbidden West. In fact, it's the biggest game launch outside of the Call of Duty and FIFA franchises Red Dead Redemption 2 in October 2018. Its week 1 sales are bigger than Cyberpunk 2077 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which delivered significant opening sales back in 2022. According to the GSD figures, 2020, my bad. According to GSD's figures, digital downloads accounted for 68% of Elden Ring sales. Xbox and PC were the biggest digital platforms. About 85% of Elden Ring sales on Xbox were downloaded, and on PC it was 73%. For PS5 and PS4, the sales were just over 50%. There's a lot of raw fucking math and shit that they've had to compile, but what I find fascinating is that, like, I knew Elden Ring was going to be big. I just knew it in my bones. I didn't think it was going to get this big. And I'm very curious because there are other stories alongside I didn't really post about its concurrent Steam numbers and how it's been maintaining about over 90,000 concurrent Steam numbers for over 2 weeks now, which indicates that, like, people are still playing that game. And I can't tell if they're still playing that game because they're still into that game. It's very interesting.
I think that, like, just with the advent of Twitch and then just like the trendiness of Dark Souls style masochistic games, I think that's all kind of come together in a perfect storm to make Elden Ring as big as it is. Because I remember through Twitch and then the Let's Play community, like Sekiro got numbers. Like, people were going out of their way to watch their favorite Let's Players or streamers struggle their way through Sekiro. So it's been very interesting to see just the way that those games have gotten more and more popular over time, despite not being very user friendly. And so Elden Ring, is their breakthrough.
To that point, I found it very interesting that I believe I got this from Gene Park from the Washington Post, that and this is when people were talking about Horizon versus Elden Ring. Horizon hit 20,000 sales in 4 or 5 years being on release. That 20,000 eclipses every Souls game. I mean, not 20,000, 20 million. That 20 million eclipses every Souls game.
Right.
So it's very interesting to see the meta shift of how big Souls is, because Dark Souls 3 did better than Sekiro.
Oh.
So it's not like it's been a steady growth of these games.
Oh yeah. It's less when I say Sekiro kind of was like a boon for them. It was more so not because people were buying it, but so many people were watching that game get played. And I think that made more and more people kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll try this out as for the next game, as opposed to everybody just going out to buy Sekiro.
I will say that in terms of the relationship between Dark Souls games and streaming, I feel like streaming works best when the content is, like, in a way, like sweaty content, where it's just like for example, like the battle royale stuff, right? Like, that is it becomes interesting when, like, the person you're watching is basically fighting for their lives, and it's just like, oh no, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna win? Is, like, what's gonna happen? I think
I'm fighting for my life here, man.
I feel like Dark Souls kind of taps into that same thing, and I like, this is awesome to see that it's doing so good, because for me, how I look at it as Dark Souls, I guess, for the most part, is just a niche game. And I think it was a niche game that was allowed to grow and thrive. And it's essentially reached its pinnacle in a way. So it's
I
interesting.
mean,
I'm
at a
also
point, DJ, it kind of evolved from niche. Like it feels very, very much so mainstream. The Dark Souls series.
I think this is as mainstream.
I would say this is the most mainstream a Dark Souls-esque game has ever gotten.
Yeah. I still consider. I don't know. I guess I would still consider the genre like I would still consider Dark Souls itself as a niche, only because I don't know. I don't know why I would consider it a niche. Like I guess just because of the way that people talk about it, right?
I think
It's
Dark
like,
Souls
that's that
itself
hard
might
game.
be a niche, but Souls-style games are becoming more and more mainstream.
Yeah. I would look. I agree with that. It's just like how open world games were a niche at
some
some
Souls
point, and then it kind of, or just like RPGs too. But yeah, gaming in general is a niche, and then it kind of become more mainstream, right?
All games are niche. Is that your conclusion?
I'm not sure if you're gonna jump to this, Avery, but I'm just gonna sweep it under your leg. I think this is an interesting. I think the next question is there going to be a sequel? Because the rumor was that the next work that what's his name? Is it Miyazaki?
No,
Yeah.
this is
Or Michael. I like to call him Michael Zaki. If you're going to bring up, if you're going to bring up Armored Core, then if I know anything from FromSoft, unless they're being acquired by someone and someone is mandating, hey, keep making this, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. They before they did Souls and before people knew them, before DJ knew them as the Armored Core people, they were just pumping out weird ass games that were fucking fantastic. Ninja Blade is the fucking truth. They're the people who made Metal Wolf Chaos, aka the game where you're playing as the president of the United States, fighting the vice president in giant mechs. Like FromSoft is a wild ass company. And like they made I'm pretty sure they made the Otogi games as well. They're like there is no they made the Enchanted Arms for the Xbox. Like there is no telling what type of game they're going to make. It's like it's not bad. It's just a very, very early fucking a 360 era game that just does not age, that has not aged well in terms of presentation. It honestly, it's whatever Miyazaki wants to do. He's gotten, from a production standpoint, he's gotten carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, there's no, after the success of Elden Ring and all the reports that Bandai Namco is like throwing money at their devs because of their recent successes, that like there's no way in the world you could tell him, don't do whatever the hell you want. Right.
Yeah, I totally agree in that, like, they're going to make whatever they want, especially because they have this notoriety right now. So it's the next game they make is bound to be a success. But I still just kind of wonder, like, the next game they're going to make is going to be a success, but money is still money. And the way that the marketplace operates in terms of, oh, this is a sequel to that game that everyone talked about. So I don't know. We'll see, though. We shall see. All right. Avery, that's it, right?
That's it. That's all the quick hits.
All right. Well, that has been the episode for today. We hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and reviews on your favorite podcasting apps. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And then to share your device that you are looking at or listening with to your friend, and then tell them about the podcast, because we would appreciate that spreading of the word. If you miss any of this, you can find all details and more on our website at pressx2start.com. And until next time, you be safe, you take care, you pray for Ukraine, and you wash your hands.